The UFC is dealing with a huge betting scandal after the following events at UFC Vegas 110. Isaac Dulgarian gets submitted by Yadier Del Valle in the first round via rear naked choke. The odds went from plus 200 on Del Valle to almost even minutes before the fight. And every single time that this has happened, it has led to betting scandals and betting problems within the UFC, cheating. And Isaac Dulgarian had just been released from the UFC. So in today's video, we're going to get into all the details of this case, how it's going to unfold, what has happened. Before we go ahead and get into it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's get it started, boys. So Isaac Dulgarian, a massive favorite, a huge prospect in the UFC, world-class wrestling, world-class jiu-jitsu as well. He's got really good jiu-jitsu, really good ground and pound. Very well known in the wrestling base, has so many titles, has won so many wrestling titles, so many wrestling credentials he has. Gets submitted by Yadier Del Valle in the first round of his fight this past weekend and made it look lackluster, to say the least, made it look easy for Del Valle to get this submission. Initially into the fight, Isaac is going for a takedown, doesn't get the takedown, has his hands wrapped, doesn't confirm the takedown, doesn't take down Yadier Del Valle, gets position switched over. Del Valle gets to his back and chokes him out very early in the fight. Very, very early. Wasn't defending the choke very well. Was trying a little bit, but made it just kind of look easy. And the only most suspicious part about this was the line movement. Minutes before this fight. Minutes. Literally minutes before this fight. The line went from minus 270 on Isaac Dulgarian all the way down to minus 160 and even less than minus 160. I checked these odds right before the fight. I was watching the fight with my boys. I had them bet on Yadier Del Valle right before the fight because of the line movement. It was insane. It was insane. The lines don't move like that before fights. They don't move like that before fights. If they do, it's because of insider info. We had this not too long ago at UFC Rio. We saw that, what's his name? Oh my goodness, what's his name? The guy's hand was broken. I forget his name. His hand was broken. And then we bet on the other guy, the American guy, the Texas kid or whatever his name is, knocked him out in the first round because his opponent's hand was broken. It was clear there's going to be an issue. So the line jumped like this, massive spread on the movement. And it was clear, there was a problem with his hand. So the line jumped. The only time that lines jump like this is when there is a backstage issue, when there is a problem that people don't know about, but the bettors and the line movement trackers do. It's a secret issue. It's a problem that is in the back, behind the scenes. And clearly, there was something that came out behind the scenes minutes before this fight that said, oh, fuck. It looks like Isaac Dulgarian is going to throw this fight. And he did. He did. He threw it out the window, loses in the first round. We had bettors. We're going to talk about James Krause in a minute. We had bettors drop big money on Yadier Del Valle minutes before this fight started, placing huge wagers because of the line movement, realizing, oh shit, if the line is moving like this, it's got to be something wrong with Isaac Dulgarian. It happens every single time in these betting scandals. The lines move like crazy minutes before the fight starts. It's always because there's a big issue behind the scenes. Clearly there was. And now Isaac Dulgarian has just been released from the UFC. Let me see if I can find. He has just been released from the UFC after his loss, the suspicious loss to Yadier Del Valle. Now, I picked Del Valle as an underdog, and I'm glad I did. I'm a little bit mad that it has been tainted due to this clear betting scandal. Clear. Nobody can even say, oh my God, Yadier is just too good, all this and all that. Isaac did lose that fight. But with all the suspicious movement, the line movement, how it seems to have played out, Isaac Dulgarian's connection to James Krause, which we're going to talk about right now, his connection to James Krause, who is known as a betting scandal guy himself, who was known as a very, very talented UFC coach, but had offshore betting scandals, online betting issues, all sorts of things. He got booted from the UFC. He wasn't allowed around UFC fighters to train UFC fighters, anything of the sorts, and he trained not Yadier Del Valle, Isaac Dulgarian. So there is a definite suspicion around this fight. Isaac Dulgarian has ruined his career. He either bet on Yadier Del Valle, put a lot of money on Yadier Del Valle, because maybe he was desperate for money. We don't know the exact reason. I hope we do find out, but there is a clear issue with this case, a clear problem with Isaac Dulgarian. If he needed the money that bad, that he had to lose his UFC career, it's gonna be weird. It's gotta be weird. It's gotta be something very intense here, something going on behind the scenes. We don't know too much about it so far. I hope we do find out. We will probably find out within the week. But Isaac Dulgarian has been released from the UFC, and I think this is understandable. This is very, very understandable, because every single time we've seen line movement this big, minutes before the fight, literal minutes before the fight. It's something rigged. It's something rigged. It's a betting scandal, and many sports books have been giving back to gamblers. They've been returning gamblers' money. FanDuel, for example, some Caesar sports books have been returning money to people that have bet on Isaac Dulgarian because they know it is fraudulent. They know that it has been rigged. So they've been turning it into a no contest and giving money back to people who have bet on Isaac Dulgarian, which I can respect and we can respect as bettors, as gamblers. It's messed up. It's a cheating system, man. It's a cheating system when you've got a guy like Isaac Dulgarian who goes out there, shits the bed as a top wrestler, one of the best prospects coming up, man. He did lose to C-Rod, but it was a close fight, competitive fight. That wasn't a betting scandal. This one was clear. Line movement was suspicious. The way he fought was suspicious. And so sportsbooks are given back. We've seen this in different sports like the NBA. There's been many betting scandals in the NBA. In the UFC, we haven't seen crazy amounts, but this is one of the biggest that we have seen. And Isaac Dulgarian's been cut. Yadier Del Valle keeps his win. It's not a no contest. They may go into this and dig deeper into this. I hope the UFC does, because this is very suspicious. This is very illegal. We can't let this keep going on, UFC. And I think this is an issue that hasn't been tackled too heavily before and hasn't been really punished, but I'm glad that they cut Isaac Dulgarian. He has clearly cheated the system, trying to make money off of losing and getting a big win betting on Yadier Del Valle, or betting on an offshore gambling account or betting account using his knowledge from his man James Krause, man, because James Krause is one of the worst betting scandals in the UFC. As we know, we've seen it many times with James Krause, and it's been very suspicious with Krause, but he's not present in spirit. Like this guy said, he's not present in spirit, but he must have passed on his wisdom to Isaac Dulgarian, because it's very, very suspicious. So Dulgarian's cut. The UFC's looking into this more. If we go through the fight, I really don't want to get caught. I don't want to get clipped for this by YouTube, but we're going to go through the fight. Early on in the fight, Isaac goes in for a takedown. He got his hands wrapped here. Hands were wrapped. Head was in. He's looking good for a takedown right here. Really good. Gets reversed by Del Valle. Del Valle gets to his back early. Body triangle to his back. On top of him. Landing big ground and pound against the D1 wrestler, All-American, one of the best wrestlers in the UFC. And then gets the choke in. Literally 2 minutes in. Gets the choke in. Gets the tap. Dulgarian's fighting it a little bit with his hands, but doesn't seem to have the urgency. You can even hear it. I'm not going to play it because I don't want to get caught and don't want to get clipped, but you can even hear it in the background if you rewatch this fight. DC is like, why is he not fighting the hands? All the commentators are like, why is he not fighting the hands? Why is he not on this? And it makes sense now. It makes sense now after all the facts. Initially, I was like, why is the line moving so much? When I saw this, I was like, why is the line moving so much? And then it clicked. It's a betting scandal. It happens. When it does happen, there's something behind the scenes that goes on where the sports books are like, oh shit, a lot of money comes in on Yadier Del Valle. The line switches like that, and there's an issue behind the scenes. So Dulgarian clearly fucked up, tried to bet against himself, and got cut for it. Was it worth it? Clearly not for Dulgarian. We'll see. Maybe he took his 12K win and put it on Del Valle, made like 3x, so 30 grand. Was it really worth it, Dulgarian? Was it really worth it? Who knows? We'll see. Maybe we'll get more info about this, but I needed to make this video because we can't be letting this slide, UFC. Obviously, I'm glad they cut Dulgarian. Clear cheater, clear betting scandal. Cut Dulgarian, cut anybody related to Dulgarian. You got guys like James Krause influencing these people. You need to look into it further, UFC, but Isaac Dulgarian's cut. The solution should be good now. We should have this resolved, but that's the entire video, boys. Let me know what you guys have to say about this topic. Very, very weird topic. I hate to go through these betting topics, but this one's bad. This one is bad. It taints the whole UFC. Isaac Dulgarian just makes it look terrible, fucks everything up. Great job, Dulgarian. That's the entire video. If you guys did enjoy the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will catch you guys in the next video. See you.